Welcome to the Gilded Troll the last call at the Gilded Troll. This is something new we're doing. It's kind of like a podcast, or as Ian calls it, a talk show sort of thing. So we can all stay sane while coronavirus is a thing and we can't see each other in person. So it lets us stay connected to each other and the viewers, and we're just gonna sit here and talk for an hour and maybe get a little drunk.
Because tavern theme.
Tavern theme. So we're going to be talking about the games that we played, how we played them, tips on how to be a better DM or a better player. And I'm going to be moderating chat the whole time, so if you have questions, you can just post them right in Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, just comment down below. Oh my god, that feels so bad to say.
Comment down below.
Comment down below.
Ring that notification bell.
No! Apparently that doesn't work. I've heard other YouTubers say like that entire functionality is broken, so don't do that. Yeah, so we're going to talk about Dragon of Icespire Peak, and we have all three players with us.
So it's like we're playing, but we're not.
No, we're just like...
We're just sitting around talking. We're talking about D&D.
Skipping down memory lane or whatever.
Yeah, so just to give you guys an idea of where we came up with the idea for the show, on this past Monday, we got done with our Avernus stream early and just sort of sat around bullshitting. And then we're like, why don't we just stream this shit? And we did, and then it was dumb, and we got very drunk because we were doing shots. Hey, that one guy. 3-month streak with Twitch Prime.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, cool. I actually got the thing on the thing.
You actually got the thing.
Yay! Now that will sit there for the next 20 minutes.
I mean, that's alright. You're allowed to be up there for 20 minutes. That's fine,
yeah,
bro.
That's fine. But yeah, so we were just like shooting the shit, and so this series is kind of inspired by WebDM, which is another series where two DMs just sort of talk about D&D topics and stuff.
Oh, two DMs.
Yeah, it's two DMs, and I think that's sort of where we differentiate, because it's going to be the DM with the players.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the motivation behind this.
We're novel.
We're novel, yeah. Like I'm trying to explain our novelty.
This is why you should watch us.
Oh, this is why you should watch us instead of WebDM. I don't know.
We also drink too much. That's incentive,
right? We also have no editing, so...
That's not incentive.
Do it live.
Fuck it, do it live. Alright.
Everyone grab a drink at home, too. It's Friday. If you're
It's
working,
Friday. It's last
home,
call. Get your drinks.
Yeah.
Alright, what are we talking about?
Dragon of Icespire Peak. We already went over that.
Okay, what about it? I could literally just talk for an hour.
So when did the module come out?
So the module came out, oh jeez, yeah, I want to say it was last August.
You're gonna look it up.
Icespire Peak release date.
I guess a talk show host is supposed to know facts.
Yeah, it was September 3rd.
September there was the Target release.
Oh yeah, that was the Target release.
Yeah.
That came out like earlier.
Was September 3rd the mainstream release or the Target release?
I think.
Oh Jesus!
So
Target was
Target
June
release.
24th.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we picked it up. Yeah, June.
Yeah.
3 whole months or 2.5 months.
Also, why a Target?
Why Target? I don't know. Target paid them money for it.
Why Target?
I don't know. But on the topic of it coming out of Target, so when it came out, it was. So it's the Essentials kit. Includes Dragon of Icespire Peak, an introductory adventure for new DMs, new players, hey, you don't know what the fuck D&D is, play this game. Sort of like the starter set, but updated with new stuff.
Just different.
It was just different. It's like the starter set, but different. It's even set in the same city. But because it came out exclusively at Target, and Target kind of sucked at it, like they mangled the release. A lot of people had a really hard time getting it.
How'd they mangle it? Like, did they just run out of available?
In some stores, they just straight up ran out. In other stores, what had happened was the product had its street date set to the mainstream release date. So employees were saying, no, I can't sell that to you.
And they totally
despite the fact that Target paid to be able to sell it to you at that time.
How much you want to bet that they never do that with, like, a store again?
I think it might be the first time Target's ever had a timed exclusive.
Target, don't sponsor us.
But yeah, like, the release was majorly mangled, so a lot of people were having a really hard time getting their hands on it. So I was able to get my hands on it because I pre-ordered it, and I walked into Target, picked it up at the desk, and left, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there at home flipping through the contents. I'm like, huh, we have a D&D stream. I've always wanted to run 2 games at the same time. Not that, it's the first time I've done that, but, I always want to do that.
Yeah.
This looks like an easy module to prep. Let's start playing it ASAP.
And you prepped it in 2 days.
And I prepped it in 2 days. And then we started playing.
Speaking of time, is this set during or after the same events of the Lost Mines of Phandelver?
It is set after. Yeah. So it's
so
set
it's literally
in Phandalin.
meant to be a sequel.
It's kind of it's not really a sequel because nothing in Dragon of Icespire Peak actually ties back to Lost Mine and Phandelver.
Yeah.
Like there's a I would call it a side quest giver, Sister Garaele. That was a noise. There's a side quest giver in Lost Mine and Phandelver, Sister Garaele. She gives you like some silver comb to go see to give to some banshee to ask it a question because it's some oracle. I don't know.
The banshee's an oracle.
Yeah.
That's terrifying because
right?
banshees are oracle.
But like it's this whole side quest thing.
Yeah.
And then in Icespire Peak, you're like, oh, like, let's see, what she's done with that knowledge, blah, blah, blah. She's literally not even in the town. It's like Sister Garaele's she's usually at the Shrine of Luck, but she's gone. It literally says that in the module.
Oh,
yeah, you told us that pretty early on.
Yeah, I forgot about the Shrine of Luck.
It's like, okay, who is she and why do I care that she's not here?
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't read Lost Mines, it's like, what? So, like, for the DM reading it, there's tie-ins, there's callbacks, but for the players playing through it, like, there's nothing. Nothing about
Is
the
that
red grades.
prevalent in a lot of...
Especially because of the fact that, like, people who most likely would be playing this are new people.
Exactly, yeah.
Is that prevalent in a lot of modules? Like, tie-ins between the different modules or books themselves?
I think so, yeah. But usually they're more overt. Like in Descent into Avernus, and this isn't a spoiler for you guys.
Spoilers.
Yeah, no. Liara Portier is she's on her way back to Baldur's Gate. She's being recalled because of the death of the death of the Grand Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah, etc. And she's in Tomb of Annihilation. You two never actually met her because you never went to that one location she's at, but she is the leader of the Flaming Fist expedition to Cholt.
Mm-hmm.
And in Descent into Avernus, it's like, yeah, she's being recalled from Cholt to Baldur's Gate, and she'll be here in a 10-day. Blah blah blah, etc. So like there are callbacks to other campaigns.
Yeah.
And they're non-trivial.
Yeah.
And then another example is Storm King's Thunder makes chapter 2, which is actually where I started you guys out, because
the fuck's chapter 1?
Chapter 1 was designed to get you from level 1 to 5, but
Okay.
we were already level 3, so I just bumped you to 5 and we went to chapter 2. Whatever.
They make callbacks when
Right.
you're all in this, when you make your own fucking world.
Yeah,
And you have all your own characters.
Yeah,
like you just
Forgotten
place them.
Realms is this whole thing, and there's callbacks from one campaign to another.
Yeah.
I think Dragon Heist makes mention, but it's never really player facing, that Laeral Silverhand is the new open lord of Waterdeep, having replaced Neverember during Rise of Tiamat. Rise of Tiamat? Is that the name of the book? Yeah,
Yeah.
Rise of Tiamat.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck's the
I thought you
second
were
half called?
questioning if Rise of Tiamat was the
The
book,
second
not
half of
the
that
book. Yeah.
Yeah, second half of that adventure is Rise of Tiamat.
Sorry, my
Is
dog
that even
ran
in
loose.
that?
You good?
Is what?
Is that in the new book? Is it do they split it into chapters like where it ends off? Is this right?
Yeah, they do. Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, it's 2 books in one.
Also, there were 5 years between Lost Mines and.
Yeah, 5th edition has been out for 5 years now.
Jeez.
It was August 2015 that the Player's Handbook came out, I think.
We started in 4E.
Yeah, we started in 4E. Well, I started in 4E in 2008.
Luke's introduction to D&D was 4E.
Yeah, he had 2 sessions of 4E, I think.
I have never played 4E.
Don't.
It's. They tried to crunch it. Okay, off topic.
You can stop.
So having prepped it in 2 days wasn't difficult.
So that's
Other than you being like
like
what's the word? Without being offensive.
a savant.
No. That's giving you way too much credit. No.
I mean, that's kind of a loaded question because I do have a lot of experience DMing, and it was clearly written for
Someone new.
inexperienced DMs.
Yeah.
But I think I had such an easy time prepping it that literally a 12-year-old could do it. And I don't mean that offensively. I think it was literally designed so that, children can get into the game. They have this series, monsters and creatures and warriors and weapons, dungeons and tombs and wizards and spells. I bought them for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know.
But
You
like
need to have
they're
things.
the young adventure player something. I don't know. They're literally for children. But I think the Essentials kit was an attempt to target children. Yeah, look at that. What does it say? A young adventurer's guide. That's what they are.
Oh, they're so cute.
They are pretty adorable.
Look at them.
They're very rules light. This isn't a sponsorship or
It's
an
a flump on the back.
endorsement or anything. Flumps are awesome. Oh, hey, the sub thingy actually went away.
Do you fix
Pretty
it?
quickly too.
That one guy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't get to be on screen for the
Your
entire
spotlight's
stream.
open.
So what was the question? Something about prepping it.
Because it was designed for a more inexperienced DM, it was easier to prep.
Yeah, so everything was essentially designed as self-contained mini adventures. So, the major structure of the adventure is here's a quest board. Grab a quest off of it and go do that quest. Come back when you're done.
Yeah.
And savvy adventurers, savvy players might say, "Oh, well, let's look at the map and see are any of them close to one another, and we can do them at the same time."
Yeah.
And then come back to town once we've finished more than one, just to save time.
Get the fucking things off the
Right,
board.
just grab them all and go do all of them.
Yeah.
But everything is so self-contained that if you as the DM wanted to just trickle quests at them, lead them by the nose, it makes it very easy to prep. Because you read the 2 or 3 pages for a quest, and then give them only that quest, and you've read those 3 pages, you know what's in there,
Yeah.
go. Interestingly, I think the hardest quest to prep was one of the first set of 3, and that was Nomengard.
I don't know about Luke or Sean. I felt like Nomengard was kind of like a mess. What was it? Wasn't Nomengard where it was like a who is the mimic?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We really got flustered with that.
Oh yeah, you guys were super
About
flustered.
I should have replayed that part of the stream, but I just remember it went on for like 20 fucking minutes, and we were just interrogating people in a circle, and we're like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone into the place where the mimic actually is.
Yeah, that was kind of hilarious.
Did we have anybody with... What was our party dynamic? Did we have anybody that could, like, coax answers?
No.
I was a druid?
You had a druid, a barbarian, and a
Barbarian and
ranger.
ranger.
Oh my god, that's terrible. 3-player composition.
Well, you were originally just going to be 3 druids.
Yeah.
I could have been better, honestly.
Barbarian is just... I love Barbarian. Spore druid sucks.
Spore druid's not great.
It's terrible. I
if
just want to
you're-
be a mushroom lady.
If you're going to, if you as a DM have a player who wants to be a spore druid, or if you're a player who wants to be a spore druid, try to convince your DM to make the change that symbiotic entity should be a bonus action, not an
Is
action.
Spore Druid officially released in the book? I guess?
Yes, it was
Yeah,
released in
Ravnica.
Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. They're Golgari affiliated.
Andy said he removed the quest board and had NPCs give them the quest.
And that personally, and that absolutely works.
I think
the-
that would be better.
yeah, it makes it way more personable than
Right,
like...
it makes it more organic too.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
imagine if Old Man Withers gave us a quest.
Yeah,
The
he's
one
like-
sitting on his porch.
Yeah, if he was just sitting on his porch and he was like, yeah, I've been hearing some screeches off in the distance. I
I
think
love that
something's, going down at that old windmill a few miles from here. And then you go check it out and there's a fucking manticore.
Yeah.
So
Um,
God.
just looking at a piece of paper and being like, oh no, we don't want to do this one.
right.
Yeah.
The only,
Eh.
I think the only reason you guys actually went to do that one was because we had set up that she was like your teacher,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
And it was some
flimsy.
way to get paid.
Yeah, it was a way to
It's a lot harder to say no to a person than it is like
a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Something on a billboard.
Yeah, but
Bulletin board.
right,
Yeah.
but the point of the bulletin board, I think, I didn't write the damn thing. The point of the bulletin board, I think, is to introduce new players to the trope of quests.
I was thinking agency as well. You get to choose your
Absolutely, that too.
your adventure.
But how many people who start in D&D already have some sort of background in video games that work like that too?
Well, that's the point. It's sort of a bridge between video games.
It's supposed to be relatable.
And, it's relatable to the people who've grown up playing video games. And you have a list of quests in your quest log, like, ooh, let me go do these.
Mm-hmm.
So the DM hands you 3 pieces of paper. Here's your quest log.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I haven't played games as much as I used to, but like, unless you played MMOs or older style games, I don't think games are stylized in a way that are similar to D&D anymore.
Wow.
I mean, I'm thinking like Skyrim.
That's an MMO though, yeah, like Skyrim. Yeah. But Skyrim's what, like 7, 8 years old?
9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It was released 11/11/11. Yeah. Don't ask me why I know that.
But going off what Andy said, if you have NPCs give quests, that feels much more like a video game.
Yeah.
It does. Because the DM's controlling when the NPC comes up to you.
I think we're sort of getting off topic though, because it doesn't matter whether or not it feels like a video game. The point is to be transparent about the fact that you're handing out quests.
Mm-hmm.
Divinity Original Sin 2 was the most recent that comes to mind.
Yeah. But the point was to be transparent. Like, we are giving you quests. Here is a thing you need to do and a reward for having done it. And, the point is to just be super transparent. This is transactional. Go be a hero, get rewarded
Quest
for it.
money. Money, please.
I have to yeet my phone.
Yeet!
Kobe.
I forgot where the fuck I was.
That's cool. I'm gonna turn my chair so I'm facing the camera and the host. Oh my god, these earbuds fuck up my ears.
We kind of talked about this the when we were shotgunning Icar too.
Yep.
Speaking of which, I want a shot of something.
Yeah, we gotta figure out like what the drinking game with this show is.
But I mean, it's not a fucking. It doesn't have to be a drinking game. You want to start shouting because I'm a wizard. Because that's the fucking trope in the other one.
I mean.
But no, I think this was a good, even for more experienced players playing this module. Mm-hmm. It still worked if you go into it with the right attitude.
Yeah.
Sean, how long have you been playing?
I think you took a second.
Oh, you're muted, babe.
Let me think. I think it's a little after 2 years now.
Oh, really? I thought you were playing longer. Okay. I feel like 2 years, depending on it's a frequency that you play.
Did you start at the shop?
No.
No?
Well,
because I feel like I left the shop almost 2 years ago.
No, I'm trying to think.
It was August 2018 that I stopped DMing at the shop.
I had 1 or 2 sessions at the shop, before the shop.
Okay.
That's Ian's MO. He DMs at shops to poach players,
it's
so
true.
They play here.
That's how I met Sean. That's how I met Jacobs. That's how I met Megan. That's how I met Joey.
That's how you met me.
No.
Well, I introduced you to Joey.
Well, we met Joey at the shop.
Yeah.
And then we used to play with AJ's brother. Oh my god, Luke's brother, and now we only play with Luke. Cheers.
Cheers.
Luke, you have a brother?
Yeah, a lot.
How many brothers?
Too many.
Too many to count.
So what was the difference in prepping Icespire Peak for
Lost
what
Mines?
did you change? What did you change for experienced players rather than just leaving it naturally as it would be for an essential kit for new starter players?
That's actually a really good question, and the answer is basically nothing.
That's really good.
So because you knew we could play the game, though.
Well, no. So it's designed for brand new players, so it doesn't require any foreknowledge. But you guys have a lot of foreknowledge. So his question was, what did I have to change to make it more fun for experienced players?
Oh.
Because maybe the base thing isn't fun for experienced players. Maybe it's only fun for new players. But I don't think that's true. I do think it's equally fun for new players and experienced players. But instead of changing the module, what I did was I changed you guys. I prepared you for tropey fantasy romp.
Right, because going into it, us players knew that it was a starter set.
Right, like I was very, I was very transparent about the fact this is the essentials kit. This is
We're gonna pump this
for
out.
brand new play. Yeah, we're gonna pump out this content. First mover advantage. But I told you guys, when you were coming up with characters, your heroes build a character that's a hero.
Yeah.
Don't build a character with a flawed backstory. Blah blah. Be a hero and roleplay that hero. And that was the direction I gave you. No edgelords, no tragic backstories. You guys all know your parents. Maybe you even have siblings. I'm not gonna kill them. So there wasn't much room for character development, which might make it a shallow game. It might be shallow, but over the course of 7 sessions, you're not gonna get a whole lot of depth one way or the other.
No.
So I don't think shallow was a bad thing.
No.
I think if I had tried to shoehorn in character development, it might have been.
It would have felt cringy.
It would have felt cringy or stilted.
Yeah.
And you would have to slow progress or extend something to make it feel.
Yeah, I probably would have had to add content to make that possible.
I feel like half of Luke's character was just yelling Talos, though.
That wasn't even my first character.
That was his third character.
Wait, how many characters did you fucking go through?
3.
I played 3, yeah.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
Am I the only one that, no.
You played
Sean,
2.
I played... Wait.
Yeah,
When did I die?
You died in Qualish when you got beheaded.
Oh, Qualish doesn't count.
Qualish counts. That's where
counts?
that's where that's where 3 of Sean's characters came from.
Yeah. We have to make that emote a thing, the one with the skull and crossbones.
That is an
and
emote.
Oh, it is? And Sean's face is in the middle.
The Gil to Sean. Bam.
There it is. That's cute. It's such a baby Sean.
I
You can't see the bones.
I cannot wait. Oh, because it's on a white background?
I can't.
Wait, what?
Are you guys using Discord dark mode?
Yeah.
Oh, alright. I
Twitch
don't.
dark mode,
You mean Twitch
Yeah.
dark mode?
Yeah, that thing.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. We might need to put a
Oh
border
my
on
gosh,
that.
just a floating head if you're in light
Yeah, it's
mode.
kind of funny.
I can fix it.
What was it? What
That's
was I gonna
cute.
say? What was I saying? Something about.
You didn't have to change
I
it.
can't wait until we're partners so I can change our frickin'
We're never hitting partner. Let's be
prefix.
real. What do we need to hit partner?
75 average viewers over the course of a
That's not
30-day
happening.
period.
We just got banned from one of the subreddits too.
We
So
got
we're really
banned
fucked.
from D&D Next for self-promotion. Because Reddit hates anyone trying to enrich themselves in any way.
Yeah.
Unless you're China.
For any of our viewers watching, tell us how to best market ourselves because Reddit is just going.
Yeah.
Hottest
new subreddit. Watch Reddit die.
What did you change? So piggybacking off of what Luke said, what did you change in the module because the content just wasn't good enough, not for switching it for more experienced players, blah blah blah. What were actual weak points, if any? Maybe it's that good.
Andy brought up a good point. How
What?
much were you sweating when we almost killed Crowvane before the actual encounter?
If I recall correctly, I cheated.
Oh, did you just add like double hit points?
I think he
fuckhead.
I think he may have died by about 3 hit points.
That's all right. I cheated too.
Did you?
Well, yeah, you gave me a surprise round.
Oh yeah.
That's not cheating if he allows it.
No, we I think we talked about that after the session, and I was just like, that shouldn't have been a surprise round. That should have been, I forget exactly what the like you snuck up to him or something.
Yeah.
Did we sneak up?
He was aware of enemies, so you would have been hidden, but you wouldn't have gotten a surprise round.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think you had actually killed him by 3 hit points, and I was just like, no, he has to get
fuck
away.
That.
But now he has a healthy fear of you. Congrats.
Do you ever expect players to cheat in little ways?
Absolutely.
Do you?
Yeah.
Just like you do.
I
mean, not to the extent that you do, but
what? Just giving things extra hit points?
yeah, because we can't give
you've
ourselves
you've
extra
never done
hit
that?
points.
You've never been
No.
at 7 and I hit you for 8 and
No.
you're like, oh, I have 1 hit
No,
point.
I've never done that. I think the worst I've ever done is like, oh yeah, this spell's prepared.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
have
Well,
either
that's
of you ever
because
done
you
that? I suck at spellcasters, okay? No, have either of you two ever done that?
The only time I've done it was actually last night when we were doing our session. But I helped you guys.
Why?
That's not
Was
your
I gonna
job.
die?
It would have been 10 times longer. The circus.
Oh.
The imp shouldn't have died. And it would have warned everyone. And 10 cultists would have been running out.
I mean, you could have just killed us. Like, that
Yeah,
would have been
honestly, TPK, like, after we derailed the whole thing, and this is sort of off, after we derailed the whole thing, I think a TPK was in order.
Yeah. Luke, what's the worst way you've cheated?
Worst way I've cheated?
Worst way you've cheated as a player?
As a player, I've never cheated.
I don't think maybe with Zogrim, but maybe with no, I don't think I cheated. I think I fucked myself over, and then maybe I cheated. Like, I don't know. I think I did the.
I screwed myself and then I lied. It's fine.
When I was scribing spells, I did it for the wrong gold cost, and then I just started scribing all the spells. I don't remember how much gold we had at that point, but like
we probably had a fuckload. So you just weren't keeping track. Whatever.
I do remember at one point you were like, "Oh shit! I thought it was 100 gold per spell level," and I was like, "No, it's 50 and 25 for evocation because you're an evoker."
Yeah, I thought it was 50 for the evocation.
Right. And then I remember refunding you. Like we went through your spell book and figured out which ones you had scribed. And I refunded you some amount of gold, and you were like, "Oh, let me scribe all of the other spells." But honestly, by the end, like, money didn't really matter, so
yeah,
not the worst cheat.
Spider agrees that he's really bad at saying he has spells.
Oh yeah, no, I
think that's like one of the.
As a spells prepped caster, I think that's easily the most enticing way to want to cheat.
It's like, how would I have known that I needed this today? Like, I'm capable of knowing it.
So
I'm not saying I do it a lot.
I actually did that in Infernal Machinery build. When we were fighting the Umber Hulks, I was like, I have Fog Cloud, right?
Yeah.
And then it didn't help anyway.
Yeah. This is a cool thing I can do. Nope. Meanwhile, Zogrim at the end of, like, Dungeon of the Madmage, you just fucking had... Actually, what, we were level what? At the end.
You were 19 at the very end. Yeah, you leveled to 20 after killing Halister.
So how many fucking spell slots do you have as a level 19?
Spell slots or spells prepped?
Prepped.
25. You'd have oh yeah, 18. You were 18 wizards, so you'd have 23.
Yeah.
23 spells prepped. It's like plus you plus you had the staff of power, plus the spells from your arm, but I think you only ever cast teleport.
I never actually played
I used teleport and Finger of Death.
Did you? I don't remember using Finger of Death.
You never
I remember using it because I used the zombie to fight Xanathar, and then he'd use one of the eye rays on it or something like that.
And you're like, sweet.
Yeah.
No, I've never played a character where I had to prep spells actually.
Oh really? I hate.
No, I did for like up to level 3, but that doesn't really.
Yeah, it's like you prep the same spells every day because like
these are the good ones.
I get 6.
Yeah,
like
right.
I don't have room to swap things out.
Rituals.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We're really off topic, but that's fine.
What was the topic?
Oh, I asked how do you cheat in little ways, but I don't remember what that stemmed from.
Yeah, no, like what's the actual?
Oh, you add HP to Cryovane.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Oh, did you actually answer the question though of like what were weak points of the campaign or no?
I don't think I got a chance to. I think we got interrupted.
You interrupted yourself.
Yeah, no. Andy interrupted me, or you interrupted me with Andy's question.
Andy's most important, and Sean.
So, honestly, I do not recall making any changes.
That's cool.
Any substantive changes, at least. Like, I did not change the content. I didn't change the plot line. I didn't change, like, NPCs significantly. The adventure is just really well written.
That's good.
It's almost impossible for the players to derail it because there's backup sources of information. essentially the only way for the players to derail it is to kill Cryovane early.
Or just not be heroes.
Or just not be heroes, right? If they just say that's not my problem, I don't want to deal with it, then the campaign's just over.
They stroll in the town. It's like, I want a farm.
Or just like turn into like.
So wait, like half.
Yeah.
Like half of this town is like deserted because of like other stuff that happened.
Yeah.
Can we just like take the abandoned farm that no one lives on and like can we have that?
But why are you playing a starter set?
Right, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So well, no, like not.
A starter set meaning you want to do the good hero-y thing.
No.
No.
That's a totally valid way to
No.
play D&D.
Yeah.
I think that's a totally valid way to play D&D, but that's not a totally valid way to play Dragon of Icespire Peak.
Yeah.
If you want to play Dragon of Icespire Peak, you need to be heroes, and that's what I told you guys at the very beginning.
Yeah.
But if the DM presents, here's a town, it's kind of screwed over a little bit, there's a dragon,
Mm-hmm.
and your response is, well, despite the dragon, I want to eke out my meager existence, go play that game. Go play that. If everyone's on board, go play that game.
Meanwhile, I just want to ride the dragon.
What was that?
Farm Simulator.
Exactly.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, honestly, like, you
Turn
know,
this into Animal Crossing.
get your druid up to level 5, cast plant growth, and just win everything.
I want to be a farmer. Oh, look, I found this cow that for some reason has a name tag. Petunia.
I wonder who owns that.
I forgot about Petunia.
You remember
And
Vincent?
Vincent.
Yeah, Vincent.
Vincent lost half his face?
Who? Okay. Remind me how he lost half his face. I feel like it was Luke's fault.
No, an Ankeg.
Monster.
An Ankeg spit acid on him, and he was left with 1 hit point.
Baby. That's so sad. Oh my god.
But yeah, no.
That session?
No, he was not.
Oh. Luke, why'd you kill Lady so many times?
She died once.
That's Ian.
What are you talking about?
You made a choice.
That's actually not true.
He did.
No.
He had nat 20.
He could.
He could have
Lady
gotten her
can't
up.
use it.
Wait, Lady can't?
Lady.
Is this
Lady's
fucking
not the
shit?
Lady isn't. What the fuck was your character's name?
Percy.
Percy. Lady isn't Percy. Percy has a nat 20. Perry. It was Perry.
We called him.
Yeah, you kept calling me Percy so much that
I forgot about that.
Oh god. Perry had a nat 20. Lady did not.
Okay. I don't.
That
That's-
said, any one of
Wait,
you
is
could
that
have gone.
actually a rule though?
Sure.
What
that,
the fuck?
that said, any one of you could have stabilized her because the
I
fight
think
was
it should be a
over.
rule that if you get like something, anything that you're controlling should be able to use.
I agree with that. So, like, if Jacobs controls Lulu for the most part and he has a nat 20, Lulu
Jacobs does
should-
not control Lulu.
He doesn't?
that's an
Not anymore.
NPC.
That is
That's
a
a
full-fledged NPC.
Like
Yeah.
if it's a zombie, I can
That's
see
not a
that.
player companion.
Or a summon. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
the stat block
Yeah.
goes on your character sheet, maybe. If it's a find steed summon or a find familiar summon or a conjure animals summon, something that your character caused to be,
I don't agree.
don't care. I'm the DM.
Yo, chat, back me up.
Steph, now's your time, the DM. Enforce
Fuck
it.
yeah!
I'm gonna ask Andy's question. Players, what was the most memorable part of Icespire Peak for you?
Garthok fight.
Which one?
Gorthok, the Thunder Boy.
the Thunder Boar. Yeah, you
Yeah.
had a fucking blast with that. And
I
then
mean,
didn't you
Ilhard
crit right at the
soloed
end?
that thing.
I took care of the ads.
Yep. Yeah, you and Perry took care of the
Yeah.
ads. And Ilhard soloed Gorthok.
Oh, you died that fight?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Is that when you died?
No.
No, I went.
No.
I think I died.
No, you died when you went to the Temple of Savras and fought a bunch of ogres and hobgoblins.
Dude, Ostrava
Ogres-
is like, I'm
ogres
running in for
and
another
orcs,
group.
sorry.
I'm
Oh,
excited
just
for the
got knocked-
encounter.
No.
Ilhard was
yeah,
born
Lady
for that
died
fight.
there. I think.
Yeah, Lady
Oh, is that-
Lady died
okay.
at Gorthok,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, so Thunderboar for Sean.
I was born for that fight.
You were born for that fight. I think my favorite part was a really stupid one. Where it was just me and Sean playing. Luke wasn't there.
Perfect.
Oh god, and we were
So either
perfect.
session 2 or 3.
We were in a cave helping them mine for something. And there was some sort of like
Alright.
orc call outside.
Yeah, so okay,
Yeah,
so
set the scene.
Let me set the scene. Alright, so they went on a quest to go help some excavators. They were excavating dwarven ruins, and they ran into oozes, and they needed help. So they're like, hey, deal with the oozes. So they go in, they deal with the oozes, they get majorly rocked, and then they're like, okay, excavator guys, come in, let's do stuff.
Yeah.
And then a statue exploded in their faces.
Because either me or Sean's character hit it. It was our fault.
No, you were like, there's a big ass gem, let's grab it. And then exploded.
Okay.
It was like the Cave of Wonders monkey holding a giant ruby. And you just grabbed it, and instead, no, it was Aladdin. Cave of Wonders.
Oh, yeah.
But instead of everything melting, the gem just exploded in your face.
Yeah.
So
I went down.
So you were stabilized, and then after a short rest, you had 1 hit point because
I woke up like 2 hours later too.
No,
I don't think anyone actually got me up. I just
you just came to a while later.
And I was pissed because I'm like, okay, this is my fault. I'm done. I want to leave.
Yeah,
I know.
And then you were like, okay, let's go outside, let's get dinner, let's camp for the night.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you walk outside, I'm like, you hear a war horn. And Steph goes, nope, that's it. I'm done. Going back inside. It's a highlight on our Twitch channel. Please check it out. It's fucking hilarious.
I've never seen myself so mad.
I think it's called like Steph Rage Quits.
I have to watch it now.
But I like that because my favorite part wasn't necessarily like, oh, we won.
It wasn't you being heroic. Yeah.
It was just, nope, I'm done.
I think losing is more fun than winning.
I think it is too. I tell you all the time. Like,
it depends on how you're losing.
Fail states can be fun, but if it's just a hard fail, then it sucks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It has to be something where you're failing forward, where you're failing in such a way. Yeah, sure. Why the fuck not?
Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. Is that Jack?
It is Jack. It's just like the shittiest Jack imaginable. I don't know why you fucking picked up green apple at the store.
Because I'm retarded.
Oh, I thought that was apple or something.
This is why I drank like half a bottle of it at your place, and I got fucked up.
I'm fucked up. And then after she gets wasted, I get pulled over on the way home.
Dude. Ian didn't drink.
I didn't drink.
Ian didn't drink.
I had a headlight out.
You can't fucking say this shit on like national TV. Okay?
National TV. Cheers.
Luke, what was your favorite part? Oh god. That is horrid. I'm sweating.
Let me chase that with some beer.
I'm out of beer. Help.
Probably, even though it's kind of stupid, probably almost killing the dragon in 2 turns.
That was a little redonkulous. I mean, it helps. It helps that you were dual wielding lances, like a fucking moron.
My
Instead
group
of
just
choose
finished
inspiration, give
Butterscotch.
out. I think 100 bits for a drink is a little low. Like that's.
Yeah, no, pay me.
Like we did for actually it was what 250 for a Jello shot.
If you guys want to see a bit incentive for drinks
for
like
last call
for last call, I'm totally okay with that. Like just get on the Discord and let us know like ideas. But so we're quarantined, so good. I need to know too. What was
the mansion I like?
That mansion fight where there was a bunch of
Axel something.
Falcon.
No, I literally all 3 of you are on different pages. Axholm was the dwarven city in a mountain.
Okay.
Yeah. Falcon's hunting lodge. There wasn't a fight there. What Luke is referring to was the abandoned manse or the
where I had to go
overgrown
save
manse.
that guy and then I got him killed or whatever.
Tequila Stream 2.0. I don't think so.
And Steph was mad because I got him killed. It was like a 50-50 shot or something like that.
Let's be I got really
that
mad
wasn't the
for
mansion. That was the farmhouse. And
that's what it was. Yeah.
And that was Big Al.
I forgot how mad I was at you.
You were super mad. Here's the thing, though. No matter what Luke did, he would have died.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it better.
The mansion with the orgy.
Oh,
Nope, that was also the farmhouse.
Yeah, that was a farmhouse. Actually, that was super memorable too. Is that actually written as an orgy?
Hell no.
Okay.
That is
that's not okay for 12-year-olds.
Right. So that's probably like the one. It's not even substantive. Like that's probably the one major change I made to the module because what the module does all throughout the module is it says there are this many enemies per player character. Sometimes it says including sidekicks, sometimes it says excluding sidekicks.
Which is a really easy way to scale something.
A ridiculously easy way to scale something,
yeah,
and I really enjoy that. I think that's fantastic adventure design, because a lot of adventures are just like, you have 5 players. Oh, you don't?
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Screw you. Or, and even beyond having just 5 players, how do I scale an encounter that has an Ice Devil and a Barlgura? No, they would never fight together, but whatever. How do I scale that down to 3 players? There's only 2 enemies. How do I...
You gotta change monsters out. And
Right, you have to swap monsters out. So what Icespire Peak did was there's a bunch of enemies. Every time there's just a bunch of enemies.
It's really hard for a new DM to go, okay, what monsters are appropriate?
What's thematically appropriate?
Yeah.
You need to have an encyclopedic knowledge of the monster manual and or Volos or Mordenkainen's to be able to make thematic replacements.
I'm wondering if they anticipated, like, because it's a starter set, it's like, here, have a really big group of people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's like, here's 7 players who all want to try D&D for the first time. How do you scale a fight? So
it was literally designed for 1 to 6 players.
Is that a big group?
Huh?
1 to 6 is a big
1
group.
to 6.
Shut the fuck up.
Is 6 players a big group?
Yeah.
6, I would say, is...
What does Wizards and D&D think?
Average
Wizards,
is 4, right?
Wizards says the group is 5.
Oh,
Really?
That's what almost every adventure is designed for.
Oh my god, we
It's usually
barely
like
played with 5.
Except Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Interestingly enough, Dungeon of the Mad Mage is balanced for 4 players. Or do I have that backwards? Are most adventures for 4 and Dungeon of the Mad Mage is for 5?
I don't know.
must die.
You DM'd it, man.
I actually think it's the other way around. I think generally they expect 4 players, but Dungeon of the Mad Mage was built for 5.
I really
But then-
like the way they did scaling for Dragon of Icespire Peak, yeah.
Dragon of Icespire Peak had fantastic scaling. But anyway, the point of that topic was they said there's 2 orcs per player character, not including sidekicks. Arrange them throughout the house as you wish. That's all it said. And I was like, okay, there's 3 in the kitchen playing cards and being upset they're not part of the orgy that the other 3 are, or the other 5 are a part of.
We're rated M for mature. Alright, put your
Sometimes.
headphones in when you watch that
I think
shit,
we
alright?
actually were for that stream.
Oh, were we?
I don't think we were yet.
I think that's when I first made a suggestion because I was drinking so much.
I don't remember when we started putting the mature filter on.
I don't remember.
But then we gave up on that entirely because
Wasn't Brandon a part of a session?
he
for
was in
Dragon
one
of
session
Icespire?
as a sidekick.
That was Stormlord.
That was actually Stormlord's Wrath.
Oh, was it? Okay. Alright.
He played
Mind Mage.
No, that was Emily. No, Brandon
Oh,
played...
yeah, Emily was a
Played
part of
the
one
rogue
session, too.
sidekick.
Yeah, he played the rogue sidekick.
Yeah.
The expert.
Yeah.
The expert. Alright.
Bonus
Yeah.
action help's pretty
Always
legit.
bonus action help.
Talon! Thank you, Andy.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, Talon? Seriously? There's a sword named Talon in
I was
Lost
about to
Mine.
say the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's a
I
nonsense
remember his
Lost
name was
Mine.
Talon, yeah.
Incidentally, random side note, that sword was one of the coolest parts of switching to 5th edition for me.
Say
because-
edition one more time.
Shut up. I knew I said it wrong. I wasn't going to fix it. And then you just had to be a dick. Go get beers if you're looking for beer. Just go get beers. One of the... Because, like, I'm talking
Ben,
right
send
now.
it for drinks!
Yeah, I'm talking right now. So, like, you can actually hear me without the headphones on.
Yeah.
So, when we were playing 4th edition, magic items were a dime a fucking dozen. You're expected to have, like... I think it's 1 magic item per player character per level. It's just an insane amount of magic items to give out. None of them have any flavor. It's just, I don't know, you get like a fucking vicious sword. You get a healing totem. I don't know, whatever. Here, have some magic items. And then in 5th edition, we started with the starter set, and the first magic item we encounter was Talon, long after you got to level 2. And it's like, this sword has a history and a name and a flavorful description.
Yeah.
Did you fucking, like, shake these beers before you put them in the fridge? What the fuck?
They've been in the fridge for, I think, since yesterday.
Did we have an earthquake?
That's
And the fridge
crazy,
just
because
shook them?
5 years,
It's like-
that's 5 years going by and you still remember a +1 weapon.
Right, it's a +1 sword. That's all it is, and I still remember it. That's how, like, I really, that was the coolest thing about switching to 5th edition.
Mm.
So yeah, that was my random digression.
Is there a part of the module that we didn't explore enough that you thought would be really cool if we did?
Is there a part of the module you didn't explore?
Yeah.
There's one quest you didn't do. There's one quest you didn't do.
Which one was that?
It was the gold mine. You were supposed to escort the new
Everyone hates escort
prospector.
missions.
It wasn't even an escort mission. It was take him there, and then once you got there, you find out that you need to kill things so he can be he can be the manager. I forget what word they use.
Yeah.
And then there's were rats there, and I 3D printed a buttload of were rats, and you didn't go there, and I was really upset I didn't get to use my were rats.
Suck.
What's that?
You could have gotten lycanthropy.
That's literally one of the it literally says in the module you might TPK here, and if so, don't kill them. Just turn them into were rats, and then let them be were rats, and then they either join the gang or then it's a TPK.
And as we found out in Avernus, lycanthropy is fucking busted.
Were-rat lycanthropy is significantly less busted than were-bear.
Were-bear's the best.
So were-bear lycanthropy is uniquely busted because even if you... the main balancing thing with lycanthropy is that if you embrace your curse, your alignment changes to that of the curse.
Mm-hmm.
Were-bears are unique in being good. Every other lycanthrope is evil.
How many lycanthropes are addressed by... how many are there published?
Period?
Yeah.
There's werewolf, boar, rat, bear, tiger.
Tiger?
And all of them are evil except werebear.
Oh,
You had a were-tiger guide in TOA.
Yep.
Azaka.
Picture with a bow. Yeah, I remember now.
Azaka.
Did we know he was a were?
She.
Oh, I do remember.
I think we knew out of character. I don't think we were supposed to know in character.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things that you told us after the session or something, or after we were done.
After she left your group because all of you said Rosnacy in the right place.
Yeah. We're gonna go over TOA in a different
we will do
episode
TOA in a different episode.
Vampires are more busted than lycanthropes.
Were-tigers are neutral.
Were-tigers are... Okay, that makes sense. That explains Azaka not being evil and killing you. She just wanted her mask. Can the whole BGDIA group become werebears? No.
Please.
No.
Please.
And the reason for that is that I have decided, I've house ruled that...
Decided.
I have decided that... Clink?
Clink to all the viewers.
You can't spread it. You're infertile or whatever.
Can't spread after a year.
Yeah, so...
That's a weird fucking rule.
Well, so the way it works is the way that I've decided it works because there's no guidance in the monster. Yeah, I mean, it's... So basically the way it works is Blanket has a year to remove the curse of lycanthropy.
Yeah.
After that year, or year and a day is, that's the tropey period of time is a year and a day.
Yeah.
After that year and a day, it becomes permanent and can only be removed by wish. But during that year and a day, you can remove it with remove curse. Super easy.
Yeah.
And until it becomes permanent, he can't spread it. He's not infectious. I implemented that so that literally all of you... I implemented that so that literally all of you don't become werebears and ruin the entire campaign, Lunariah.
Sometimes you help us, and then sometimes you're just like, fuck you, man, here's 4
I'm
dragons.
really looking forward to the summon that you summoned and didn't get to see last session. I'm really
shit,
looking
no,
forward
I
to
forgot
that.
about that, no!
Because he even specified what he summoned, and I'm really excited for it, because...
Right, if you love me, you'll tell me, what to prepare, so, I can fucking negate it!
No, I won't say anything. But I will tell you that you fought them in Dungeons &
Tell Sean and pretend me and Luke aren't here.
Oh, I know what it is now.
Oh, no.
How do you know what it is?
Because CR8 and we bought him in Dungeon and Mad Mage.
How do you already know what it is?
It starts with an S.
See, you're gonna tell me,
what
right?
the fuck?
Help!
How did you do that?
Because he's fucking autistic, okay?
How?
He has every book fucking memorized forever.
I have to see how many CR8s there are.
I don't know.
Oh my! Don't you dare! Oh, you're not in the campaign. I don't give a shit.
In it.
What the?
I'm not gonna look it up because I'm a good player.
I can look it up.
There's 62.
No, but you know too much.
There are 62 CR8s.
62?
Okay.
Jesus.
How? What the fuck, Luke?
So in a fight enemy, just cast remove curse. De-bear the
De-bear blanket. That'd be really funny, actually.
Will you guys ever do the rest of the D&D Beyond adventures?
No.
Why?
Answer
him!
Stormlord's Wrath was a major shit show.
I see, you transitioned from Dragon of Icespire Peak into Stormlord's Wrath. I don't know where. I can't remember where it's separated.
We had a whole 3-session interlude of Qualish between the two campaigns.
Any of that.
You killed the Dragon Cryovate.
It felt like
do you
one
remember
big
killing
thing.
the Dragon Cryovate?
Yes. That's where it ended.
That's the end of Icespire
yeah, that
Peak.
makes sense.
You killed a dragon on Icespire Peak.
I'm glad Luke liked my face.
Divine Contention is kind of sick, not gonna lie. I hated
Ian has
Stormlord's
no
Wrath.
poker face? No.
I
No, he
didn't
doesn't.
try to poker face, so I don't know where that's coming from.
No poker face.
I didn't try. Anyway,
I'm the one who's good at poker. Not that anyone needed to know that.
from a
but I'm
DM's
really good at it.
POV, what other modules other than Qualish and Stormlord's Wrath do you think would work after DoIP?
You can transition to Lost Minds, I think.
You
No.
can transition to pretty much anything, I'd say, from there.
Yeah.
So a lot of campaigns have guidance for transitioning out of Lost Mine of Phandelver. Essentially, the same thing applies for Dragon of Icespire Peak because you're in the same town. There's the same kinds of things.
Tyranny works really well.
Tyranny works really well because oh shit, there's a dragon. Why the fuck was he here?
Right.
And then
You're experienced dragon killers.
You're experienced dragon killers. Now there's actually a fucking reason for the leaders of the world to give a shit about your opinion instead of I don't know, you did some stuff. I hate to give any kind of shout out to Storm King's Thunder, but Storm King's Thunder has good hooks from Lost Mine into Storm King's Thunder. It's just the fact that Storm King's Thunder is a flaming pile of fucking shit.
You shouldn't have such strong opinions.
I have very strong
Okay,
opinions.
you're broadcasting
out of
to an audience.
Every campaign I've ever run, it is my least favorite.
That's going to be an entire other. Relax.
Not to shit on the specific writer, but what writer was that?
I don't know.
Shit on him.
I don't know.
Chat, tell me who fucking wrote
It was honestly, it was probably Chris Perkins.
Maybe it wasn't Chris Perkins, and that's why it was a giant fuck up.
I mean, that makes
Chris
sense.
Perkins
Let's
is
check the
pretty good.
credits. Lead designer Christopher Perkins. Yeah,
Man, were you sad?
he was
Chris?
Chris. He was just on some shit. No, that was
They're just trying to churn them out at that
Probably.
point.
honestly
I wonder
no.
what his contract looks like. How much pressure is this guy under?
Dude, Chris Perkins runs. I was gonna say Wizards of the Coast, but they have a lot more than just D&D.
Maybe have writer's block.
He
like,
runs
you know,
D&D at this
Chris
point.
Perkins. I'm sorry if he sponsors.
Honestly, I think it was his attempt to say, let's put the entire Sword Coast in a module.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
And there were a lot of little cool things that if they would have made either, I don't want to say 2 books because then Tyranny already failed at that. But,
Well, to be fair, Tyranny
They already failed.
Tyranny is 2 half books.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Tyranny of Dragons, the new re-release is 200 pages.
Because
The paper is so fucking thick on those books. It's insulting. It's like you made it. You try, and they're still so thin. Like Horde of the Dragon Queen and Rise of Tiamat are the thinnest books I have on that shelf. They're thinner than Skag, and the paper is so thick.
Skag is a really small book.
Skag is a very small book.
But thinking of, I know we're getting really off topic.
Yeah,
but
we are.
thinking of that, the
We
first
like
thing I
talking
think
about
of
this
is
shit.
the fire giants and the whole fucking thing of them trying to revive
The Vonandon.
Vonandon,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is really cool if
It's-
that was the specific route they went in.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
That was actually one of my major grievances with Storm King's Thunder is after chapter 4, I don't know, I want to say after chapter 4, it might be after chapter 5, I don't know. The players literally get to decide which of the giants do you want to fuck up. And apparently that's enough to, like, make the ordning happen again. Just fuck up one of the plans of one of the giants.
I really want a Feywild module.
Feywild module would be pretty cool.
That would be really neat.
They've been straying away from non-material planes. I think Avernus is literally the first
I think
module.
because it takes too much...
Fucking the fucking thing
Out of the Abyss?
goes down, yeah, that.
Underdark is prime material.
Yeah.
That face.
Yeah, I mean, something like that would be cool. Like something like that, or the City of Brass, or something like that.
I mean, I've never read Out of the Abyss, to be fair. I don't know if you actually go to the Abyss. My understanding was that it's primarily in the Underdark, which is prime material.
Guys, pressure Ian into running Out of the Abyss.
Please don't. Please don't do that.
I really want to play it, but I know the module's trash.
I don't think it's trash. I think it's really, really, really hard to run.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad.
You're like the
content.
best DM, though. You can fucking... If anyone can run it, you can run it.
Thanks.
Take the compliment.
Okay. Speedrun? Honestly,
It might be a good one to speedrun,
it might be.
but I don't want to run it online. Online D&D sucks. It's really
Just
bad.
doing a speedrun online is gonna be way harder.
Yeah, no, I refuse. I
harder.
refuse to do a speed run online. What I'm actually thinking is for our next speed run, and this is super ridiculously off topic.
That's all right.
But I think for our next speed run, it's going to be Avernus after our current Avernus game ends. Huh?
You don't want to exclude me and Luke?
I mean, let me rephrase,
Luke's face.
because you're a dick. I'm on the room. There you go. I think our next speed run is going to be Avernus after this quarantine shit ends and we can actually play in person, which will probably be after our Avernus game ends.
If not, I'm leaving the house.
July.
Yeah, that's
July.
a new fucking shit. No, me and Luke are going to not be in the house, and we're going to watch the speed run from afar, and we're going to know exactly what to do after.
Okay, cool.
That's the plan.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that I've totally changed the module.
Yeah, like the heist we have to do.
Yeah.
Soul Train.
Soul
Train's
Train!
coming.
Alright, let's get back on topic.
Dude, I kind of ran out of topics.
Yeah, I mean, it was like we're doing the essential bit, and like you said, there's not a lot of character development, so it's gonna be pretty
Yeah.
hard for us to go dive deep into.
Andy, that's a very good point.
Oh, what would he say?
Should I hold off on spending 5,000 points? I was supposed to turn off channel points for the monthly giveaway because
What?
it's the first stream of a new month,
Oh.
so we get to pick a winner for our monthly giveaway.
Ooh.
So let's do that right now.
Yeah, let's do it now.
All right, let's get our list of entrants. How many entries did we get? We got 17 entries.
Online D&D is good when everyone's spread across the country. I agree.
I have a script. All right, we ready? We ready to pick a winner?
Ready?
And the winner is Paulsome.
Paulsome!
Paulsome, congratulations.
Fuck yeah, Paulsome.
Congratulations on winning our monthly giveaway. Hopefully you're here. If not, well,
I'm
gonna message you. I'm gonna message Paulsome. Let him know. And this time I'm going to accept everyone's redemption.
Tell him what he won.
Tell him what he won. You won Laurel Silverhand's Explorer's Kit,
Yay.
which is a set of dice and miscellany related to the Sword Coast and its environs. There's a bunch of maps, there's a bunch of dice, there's a bunch of stuff about cities and whatnot. And I'm going to hit accept everyone's thing so that not everyone gets their points back again.
Like we did last
like
month.
we did last one.
We know already.
Alright, so now I'll turn the monthly giveaway back on. Alright. So now, Andy, now you can. Now you can.
Paulsome will be reaching out to you.
Alright, I'm gonna do
mail
that.
it to you.
I'm gonna do that right now. Paulsome.
What other questions? I had questions for the players in regards to Dragon of Icespire Peak. Let me say, I think there were a bunch of like, fuck you questions because I hate both of you.
Thanks.
Sean, why did you die so many fucking times and go through so many characters? Luke, why are you such an asshole to Lady?
Asshole lady.
Yeah, I know. It's just what I remember.
You just didn't show any emotion towards this lady.
Even if it's like a non-thing, you still have to act like you care, okay?
No, I don't. I named it Lady.
It's a fucking Game of Thrones reference. Like, you can be super attached to it, Nick, but... I mean...
I didn't name you.
And Andy is our first entry
It's a
into
Bird Box
April's
one.
monthly giveaway.
Fuck yeah, Andy.
Andy asks, how do you all feel about how the characters ended up in Icespire Peak?
They all died, didn't they?
Well...
Perfect!
Well, they did all eventually...
Goals.
So Perry died prior to the end of Icespire Peak.
Yeah.
Ilharg and... Alice? Right? Alice? Alice
Yep.
died during Qualish because she decided to go do Qualish, and then Ilharg died during Stormlord's Wrath. AJ entered the monthly giveaway.
Fuck yeah, AJ.
Bet.
Bet, bitch. I'd finger dab, but I don't know the coordination.
But yeah, how do you guys feel about how you ended that? So, like I said earlier, like there wasn't a whole lot of character growth.
Yeah.
Like I didn't add a lot of room for character growth.
No.
But how do you feel about how your characters interacted with it and where they ended up? Barring death. Or, including death, whatever.
I feel like by the end of Icespire Peak, I was okay with Ilharg because he decided to stay and become the protector of Fendelver or Phandalin.
I had a hard time with Alice because mechanically she sucked, so I didn't really give a fuck.
I loved Ilharg.
That's reasonable.
And that's just because I like doing classes and shit that I haven't done before, and Spore Druid sounded really good, and then you started playing it, and it's like, well, I want to be melee, but I want this, but I need this, and it just turned into a giant mess.
Yeah, for Spore Druid to work, you have to be melee, but it turns off as soon as you take damage, and it's just like...
I mostly play D&D for the social aspect, though, so I always have fun no matter what.
That's why you need Blink.
That's why what?
You need Blink.
Blink? So you just disappear between rounds?
I mean...
Honestly, yeah, that probably... Is that even a druid spell?
It can't be. It can't be. Let's be real.
Artificer, Trickery Cleric, Sorcerer, Archfey, and Hexblade Warlocks, and Wizard.
I didn't particularly give a fuck where Alice ended up because I didn't super care about the character, but that was my own doing.
But you were having fun with the game anyway.
I always have fun with the game as long as we have the right group.
As long as we have the right
Which
group.
is an entire other episode I have. What makes a good group, what player dynamics work. Like, I want to talk more about that shit because people talk all the time about, like, the
player
pillars.
demographics, player types, player motivations. It's like...
And I want to talk about that and, like, what people want out of a game. Like, it's gonna be a thing.
It's a super in-depth topic because certain players can play multiple types of
that's essentially the entire topic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But it's also... I don't know. I won't get into it now.
Yeah.
Luke, how did you feel about Perry's ultimate end and then introducing new characters?
Perry was a fuckhead.
Yeah, Perry, like, I'm never like super pissed off when a character dies. It's kind of refreshing.
Same.
And I
Kill me.
I like Perry what he did. I don't go to the lengths of Steph like in Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Kill me every 5 minutes. But
I had a reason.
Yeah.
That was the only character I've ever played that worked like that, and honestly, I wanted to die because that campaign was so painful by the end.
Which is a whole other episode.
I don't know if we're gonna do that episode.
We gotta do that episode.
No.
We gotta do that.
Mad Mage?
Yeah. We gotta do a Dungeon of the Mad Mage retrospective.
I'm so mad at that campaign, I don't know if I can do that
That's
episode.
fine. We'll do it.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. It is.
Yeah, the introducing of new characters wasn't bad at first. Like, if we're talking about the whole thing, or if we're just talking about Icespire wasn't bad because I think we only had Yargath introduced, I think?
So after Perry died, we introduced 3 different potential characters for Luke. So I wanted to do this weird thing that I just decided to do.
Yeah. I was wondering too.
Where I wanted it to be organic when you added someone to your party. So we just had Luke sort of sit out, and you met a number of NPCs, and you were like, who are you actually going to bring with you? So you met Yargath,
I love Shaky.
and you met Wanderlust, and then you met Shaky.
Shaky best.
And then you were like, actually, you know what? All of you join us. And then Shaky...
Fuck it.
And then I decided that Shaky would actually stay behind because Shaky was scared.
His
Yargath,
name is Shaky.
her.
Fuck.
They were all female.
Why?
All 3 of them were female.
Why? Tits.
No, the reason they were female was to throw you off the scent of it being Luke's character.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever played a female character besides Wanderlust and Yargath.
So Shaky stayed behind, Yargath became an NPC,
Yep.
and then Luke played Wanderlust.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was cool.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting way to introduce a new character.
Oh, yeah.
It's sort
By
of
the way,
like
I made all 3 characters.
yeah, Luke made all 3
Shit.
characters. Yeah, we spent like the night before the session rolling all 3 characters, and we were up till like fucking midnight or some stupid shit.
Yeah, if you watch the stream, you can. I think we made Shaky on the stream, or was it just we were talking about him having a -4 strength or something like that?
Yes, yeah. So you rolled stats, and I think you rolled.
Yeah.
I think you rolled a 5 for strength, and you're like, I should be a kobold and get -2 strength.
Yeah.
So yeah, Shaky had like 3 strength or something stupid like that, and then Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's actually a really interesting technique where you just sort of keep introducing NPCs until the players decide to bring one along with them, and then you go, ha! It was my character all along.
Didn't work so well with Faraday.
It was a little weird with Faraday. Yeah.
It works out a lot, I'd say, at early levels, but like tapers off really hard at high levels.
I mean, what would you guys say if I revealed that Smiler was some player character and like some new player just joined us?
Surprise! It's actually...
That's fine, but like, what I'm saying is, if your character died and then like you were giving another character, like how do you want it? How would you do that? Are you gonna have the player fully build a level 7 character that might have multi-classes, that might have a whole bunch of options, that might have ability score improvements?
If they're experienced, fuck it.
So
they can.
So now that you guys are you're level 8 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, now that you guys are level 8, what I would do is I would say, give me a concept. I don't give a shit about the actual character. Give me a concept. Tell me how to roleplay it. And then, if and when the players decide to bring them with them, then we build it.
Okay.
Within the confines of that concept.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning this, like when I was asking about joining Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Ian's really big on proper, like
Party cohesion.
Yeah. But the party cohesion was shit to begin with.
In Dungeon of the Mad Mage, there were like maybe 1/4 of an opportunity to introduce a new character.
Yeah.
At no point was there anyone you would have ever thought about bringing with you, and I don't think there was ever any way for like.
And then you killed Torash.
And then I killed Torash. Honestly,
Yeah,
Torash overstayed his welcome.
I'm mainly talking about how you were asking me like the backstories of the character I was thinking about doing and everything.
I mean that did predate Icespire Peak, and Icespire Peak is literally where I sort of pioneered the idea of multiple characters.
Yeah.
I do think that's a good technique.
A player like me would have a really, really hard time with that because I suck at building competent characters.
What do you mean?
I don't know, like.
But I'm not looking for a competent character. I'm looking for a concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to be like, you could just say like someone shrouded in shadowy magic, and then you could either go warlock, you could go shadow sorcerer. There's a lot of different ways you can go from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a mercenary type character, you can pull that with a fighter, a rogue, like a warlock, anything.
Yeah. I guess you would need a full.
I would be Batman. Okay, are you a shadow monk? Are you a samurai fighter? Are you a
Kenku?
Yeah.
What are you?
How do you fucking build Batman?
Are you a werebat? How do you build Batman?
How do you build Batman?
Batman is usually a multi-class between Shadow Monk and Battlemaster Fighter. Usually.
With a lot of money. So you can buy
Obviously.
a bunch of,
Now that Artifice is a thing, I kind of would like to throw that in there too somehow, just because he has all the gadgets and shit.
Yeah.
Right, but he doesn't make those himself.
Depends on.
You need to have gadgets, and the only way to get gadgets is to make them yourself.
I feel like he could be like he might be able to do like Battle Master and
Shadow Monk, Shadow Sorcerer. I think that's a little overtly magical.
That's
for
actually
Batman.
a really good topic for this last call.
How-
But, like, name famous like superheroes or shit and make their builds.
How do you build Iron Man? Armor, Artificer, done.
Yeah, that's actually fucking. I don't.
That
think
would be
it's
That's something cool. Like if you do screen share, you could like open up a D&D Beyond.
Oh,
like,
you just
all
fucking build
input.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could build characters together or something. Like
And
that.
then whoever else is on the call with us, it's like
There you go.
fucking help.
Yeah.
That would actually be pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I don't have a writing utensil.
That's alright. We got off topic.
Powered
We were-
armor from Qualish.
We were fucking talking
Power
about.
Armor
I
is
can't
fucking
remember.
awesome.
Party
You
cohesion.
guys never got there.
Dude, were we talking about party cohesion?
I don't know. Andy asked a question. Ever thought about doing a one-shot / reunion with them all in Waterdeep? All of whom?
I think he means
Doing
the
Dungeon
Dungeon
Man
Man-Mage group. Megan, Mike, me, and Luke. Mike's really good at one-shots.
Here's the problem. Denton's stuck in Undermountain.
Yeah,
No.
The only way that the way you do something.
Oh,
like
the
that-
Icespire group. No, he says the
Oh,
Icespire
Icespire.
group.
Oh,
they're all dead.
well,
Well,
They're all
Erhard's dead. Perry's
Yeah.
dead. Alice is dead. So
is it Wanderlust in a dungeon?
Wanderlust is in a dungeon. Ulrich is in a dungeon. Gideon's dead.
What happened to Yarga?
Yargath is in Waterdeep.
Okay.
Yargath. Steph, who
And-
was your character for?
Shaky.
Shaky.
Oh, you
Oh,
played
Shaky.
Shaky. Yeah, Yargath, Shaky, and Faraday.
Shake. I love Shaky so much that I made him
Her. Yargath, Shaky, and Faraday all got teleported.
I don't
to
believe
Waterdeep.
in gender.
Yeah.
Kobolds have genders.
I don't believe in gender.
Well, Shaky has the cloaca.
Try to fucking argue that.
Dead, captured, lost, forgotten. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know why I put them in Waterdeep. Or did the module just say it's Waterdeep?
I think
forget.
you just fucking like
I-
any
I-
place.
No, I think it literally said Waterdeep in Stormlord's Wrath.
That was weird.
It's very odd. But no, I've never thought about doing a reunion. I don't think that's happening. I don't. I burned out really hard at the end of Stormlord's Wrath, mostly because the content sucked. The story was labored, and I didn't see. Like, I skimmed through.
Waterdeep is such a cool.
I
fucking
can't.
city,
I can't
though.
even remember. Is Divine Contention the next one, or is that the third? I don't.
One.
That's the last one. I don't remember what the second one even was called. But I skimmed through it, and it looked uninspired.
It was like
So,
something dragon.
Sleeping Dragon's Wake, or something like that. It looked uninspired. I was just like, this looks like the same shit as Stormlord's Wrath. It's not the same level of quality as Icespire Peak. So here's the funny thing. In Stormlord's Wrath, it said, we do not use the same structure that Icespire Peak used. Icespire Peak had a quest board. We don't. It spelled that out for you.
We're better.
And then Sleeping Dragon's Wake essentially said the same thing. And then Divine Contention, the third one in the set, said, yeah, no, we have a quest board.
The third, that's a little odd.
That was hard.
Yeah, like it's for
board for the highest level.
yeah, it was for level 11 through 13, and
The
they're like,
people
yeah,
least likely
we have a
to use
quest board.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah, I was just like, what? No, we're done. We're done here. And there was some, I think there was like some personal shit going on when we finished Stormlord's Wrath. There was a reason. No, like there was a reason we stopped playing entirely for a little bit.
I don't think there was.
No, there was. I don't remember what it was.
Was it starting for me?
It might have been. I remember either scheduling being hard. No, I remember being burnt out. Like I had no will to prep because of I don't remember.
Was Dungeon of the Man-Mage going on at the same time?
I mean, yeah, it was.
That's probably why.
I don't know. I don't remember what it was.
It's hard to run an entire dungeon.
Dungeons and Mage is a mess, but we'll get there in some other episode.
Yeah.
What's your next question?
I've been out for like half
Oh, you
an
ran
hour.
out of questions? Oh, really?
I made enough just to talk for an hour, and we're like an hour and a half in.
We're an hour 15 in.
That's alright.
That's fine.
Is there anything else like you or Luke or Sean wants to talk about? It doesn't have to be on topic with Dragon of Icespire Peak.
How do you feel about recurring NPCs, and if so, what NPCs do you think warrant them into different campaigns, modules, or whatever?
Like which are interesting enough?
Like
which are interesting enough, or which do you think would be just little cool nods for the players? Like you could take one of the merchant princes from Chult and bring them into Waterdeep on a trade route or something like that. Are there any NPCs that stuck out to you that you thought were interesting enough that you wanted to see again?
Alright, real talk, Luke is a new host.
I think Sean just like lost his camera.
I think Sean died.
He died. Like I heard the boo-doo.
Yeah.
You're asking if there's any NPCs in Icespire Peak that I would want to reuse in another campaign?
So we could just go, hey, it's that guy.
Or any other campaign. Any ones that you thought that you either roleplayed in a specific way that you felt was good enough to move it forward, because you roleplayed that character and gave it.
Well, Luke, you answer that question based off of what was memorable that Ian played.
No, I think I can answer that question first. Because...
But think about it.
Yeah, no. So the NPC that I want most to have recur is the NPC that you guys enjoyed.
So Luke.
Yeah, but I was just saying for him personally.
Falcon.
Did you latch on to any NPCs? But
so the way I DM is I don't get attached to anything really. Like I no.
Because you're a psychopath.
Thanks. Hey, Sean's
back.
back.
If he redoes a voice for a character more than once, he's attached to that character. He might not say that I put time and thought into the character, but if you remember that voice, if you spent the time to do that, like that's something that shows that you put some kind of investment into that NPC.
Yeah, like how many times have I done the voice?
Yeah.
Once.
No, I've done it every session you've had her.
And then his voice is like, "Oh, that hurts. I'm not doing
that." That hurts. Yeah, no, like I give her one line and I'm like, I can't do a falsetto.
He's told me I'll imitate Lulu like when we're not playing. He's like, that's the voice I'm going for, but you're female, so you can do it better.
No, like she fucking rocks Lulu. Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
Someone buy me voice acting classes. I'll get better.
I do actually want to do voice acting lessons.
I want to do that too. I think that'd be really neat.
No, but
Falcon.
Yeah.
Two people said Falcon.
Yeah. But
cool.
The NPC that I want to have recur and appear in other campaigns as a callback is the NPC that you guys enjoy. But the problem is that usually the NPCs that you guys enjoy is very story related.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's really hard to get them into another campaign without shoehorning them. So I don't do a lot of callbacks like that.
Nah.
Falcon could work, but I don't even did he have a voice?
Why? Yeah. Falcon's a really cool character.
Tough guy.
Yeah, I did
Everyone
a
loves a
generic tough guy voice.
I love Durnan.
Durnan's kind of cool.
Durnan's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't do a
Durnan's
voice
not
for.
Going anywhere.
Nope.
Durnan's not going anywhere.
He's got under Madness. Spoilers.
Did you guys wish to remove his madness?
I don't think so.
Girder did.
No, she greater restoed, and that doesn't work.
Wish.
Girder can't wish.
Girder can't fucking do anything. No, we didn't do anything about him then.
No? I mean, it's up to Zogrim.
Yeah, the only way I would get rid of his wish is if
Vajra could have.
If he paid for your simulacra.
Vajra could have.
Even more than that, I would make him need to shut down his tavern.
Why?
So Gilded Troll. The biggest tavern in Waterdeep.
Gilded Troll.
You want to get out of here? You getting rid of your tavern?
Okay, while I'm semi-tipsy and we're talking about this, is Roland actually going to be a thing in Avernus? Please.
Right. So that's a topic for another day.
No, please.
No, you gotta watch. Let the viewers watch so they can find out.
Let the fucking 15 people who have been watching this entire time, God bless.
I got 19.
Tell them if it's happening.
Hence
my username. If you see me on chat, I'm Roland. Roland was in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage
I think you can change your name every 30 days, so you should change your name.
No, I tried to change it. I can't.
Really?
Yep. I am forever Roland.
Oh. Oops.
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck.
I don't even know what mine is.
Andy says, I
You're
just
above
noticed that you
standards,
painted.
like
Andy,
you
you
always are.
just noticed that we painted?
Yeah, we painted the walls,
That
fam.
was like a month ago.
Wait, have we streamed?
It's Gilded Troll Blue.
We've streamed repeatedly since the walls were blue.
We take this shit seriously. Your hard-earned bits at work.
Lost mine.
Yeah, our first stream of blue walls was the Lost Mine speedrun.
Yeah. Gilded Troll Blue. Your bits
Gilded
hard
Troll
at
is not
work.
blue. Gilded Troll is gold.
Yeah.
Shh. The fucking where the troll
Andy
skull
has
is.
low
It's blue
passive
background.
perception.
Comes some
Negative
slack.
2 wisdom. Skillshare sponsor us.
What the fuck was the question?
Will Roland show up in
yeah.
Avernus?
Please.
So I have actually been wrestling with this question for a while.
Roland didn't get to go off. You owe me this.
What do you mean? Oh. So before you guys left Baldur's Gate,
Yeah.
you undesecrated a number of unholy locations throughout the city, and as far as you're aware, prevented the falling of several infernal spires that would physically drag the city into hell.
Right. Oh my god, that's scary.
Here's the thing. Thalamra isn't an idiot, and she wouldn't allow herself to die without it being a sure thing.
Okay.
So who's to say, which is to say I haven't decided, that your efforts to thwart the ritual were insufficient. So perhaps at some point in the future, maybe the entire city of Baldur's Gate might appear in hell. Maybe. I don't know.
I want Roland to be evil. I think you're missing the point.
I get that.
There you
But it doesn't matter what he does or where he does it unless it's in hell.
Okay.
Which is where your players are.
Okay. New pickle. Summon Roland. Level 20 paladin go. With a holy adventure and some fucking bullshit with. Would you beef him up with ruin shit? No, because
Ruin's
Level 20,
gone.
What kind of beefing up do you need?
Ian had this whole fucking thing for when Roland went off. I was gonna have extra spell casting. I was gonna have all this shit.
Yeah, but that's in that campaign. In this campaign, you don't need.
No, I homebrewed a magic item that I called the God Mode Holy Avenger. It was as many spell buffs as I could replicate in D&D Beyond in one weapon.
Man, this is the stupid bullshit that we did at fucking PAX.
Huh?
Remember that fucking the thing before the Leviathan that had all those buffs on it?
Oh, that guy was retarded.
Was
yeah,
it a giant?
It was a storm giant death knight or some stupid shit with a pile of buffs on it. It was essentially that. No, it was literally that. Roland was gonna step on 20 glyphs of warding. I think it was closer to 50, and they all just buffed the fuck out of them. And it was gonna be Roland versus the three of you. And my plan was for
Zogrim with the invisible ring to pop up because the simulacrum is following and dispel magic all this shit off of
you guys would have beat me no problem.
No, my
point was I wanted it to happen.
Yeah. No,
that was it.
I think my plan was for Gerda to die and then Denton and Zogrim to kill Roland and then continue to finish off Hallister.
Right. That would have been cool. The healer's down. There's slightly more
Both
states.
of the healers are down, and the tank and the guy who can wish his soul out are alive.
Mechanically, we thought this all out, and it didn't happen. This is why I don't like Dungeon the Mad Mage.
It's true. But chat, do you have any more questions about Icespire Peak, or while we're wildly off topic, any of our other campaigns?
If not, cool story, bro. So we kind of want to do this every week. I don't know if it's going to be consistently the same day of the week, but we want to invite on.
It's definitely not going to be the same people.
Yeah.
It's my idea was that it would be me and Steph and probably Luke because he's been in literally every one of our campaigns.
Yeah.
And then one other player from the campaign we're talking about.
And I'll come up with questions if viewers or chat doesn't have questions, so I can kind of like lead the discussion a little bit. But yeah, I want more like DM perspectives. Because Ian has DM'd every campaign that fucking whatever. Luke's been in every campaign. I've been a part of every campaign, but no one knows. Like, no one cares what I think.
Strava the Brave asks, what was your favorite encounter? So I'll answer that. My favorite encounter was Gorthok the Thunderboar. I had a fuckload of fun with that. I really enjoyed the... it was very unique. I really enjoyed the...
just like, hey.
I really enjoyed the half-orc spellcasters throwing lightning bolts around. I really enjoyed Gorthok the Thunderboar.
Mm-hmm.
I had fun just, like, emanating power in my description of, it's thunder hooves and lightning tusks.
Yeah.
I think I got that backwards. No, it was thunder
You also
hooves.
did the paint job on the mini.
I did the paint job in about an hour.
I was so...
No, I love how, like, just out of nowhere it came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a player...
I never reprinted it. No.
As a player, I care solely about if everyone else at the table is having fun, and Ian agrees with me with that. Seeing Sean so fucking excited that he killed the Thunderboar was like everything that session. Those are paper clips. So yeah, no, that encounter, I agree, was like one of the most like memorable encounters. That and when we almost killed Cryovane. Not when we killed Cryovane, when we almost did.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think the final encounter with Cryovane was pretty memorable.
Yeah.
It wasn't the most memorable, but it was pretty memorable.
The first one was more memorable.
Was it really?
Yeah.
We're like, oh my god, we're gonna do it. The campaign hasn't even started yet. We're gonna do it.
We saw it a couple times, and like, I don't know if it breath weaponed us once before or anything like that, and then it's just like, all right, let's just fucking finish this before it even starts.
Because that would have been cool as experienced players. It's like, oh, you got this whole grand plan? Fuck that.
Yeah.
I wonder what session that was, because I wonder how... I kind of, like, hearing that, I kind of wish I had let you kill it.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have had...
You wouldn't have had the rest of it, but how cool would it have been?
It would have been really fucking cool for experienced players to just, like, kill the big bad. But it kind of would have felt bad, because it's like, oh, it's over.
Right.
There's no more.
Did it feel better thinking you could do it than it would actually have felt doing it?
Yes.
Okay.
100% hope.
So it was better that I cheated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean,
The
yes?
only thing that sucked about it is I used nat 20s.
Yeah.
But...
Fuck your nat 20s. Stop giving them nat 20s. Give the players nat 20s.
I am a player.
No, I'm telling chat. I'm telling chat, don't give the DM anymore.
But Luke used the net 20s.
That's how I almost killed Cryovane.
Oh, I thought you were saying Cryobane had nat 20s.
Nah.
Sorry.
He just breath weaponed us.
When you finish a campaign in which you made unique minis, do you retire the minis, look for times to reuse them, or just live on the general shelf for when the need arises?
So if it's super unique, it usually goes into what we call the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we have an entire shelf.
For some fucking reason, I didn't put Gorthok in the Hall of Fame, but he's going to now.
Alright.
Our Hall of Fame is very, very full. I'm gonna see if I can get...
We'll take a picture and post it on the Discord, so join that shit so you see it.
Yeah.
Plug.
Plug. Check out our Discord. It's in the description of everywhere you're watching this.
And in that Hall of Fame is the TOA campaign.
No. It's all of the player minis and all of the really important
the
villain
really
minis.
big villains. Yeah.
Is there any of the one-shot characters in there, or?
I don't think so. I don't think any of the one-shot characters are in there because we need another fucking shelf.
we have run out of room on our Hall of Fame, but we just got a new cabinet. We're
We
quarantined, so I
buy-
should be reorganizing all of my minis, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
This weekend. Coming soon.
I mean, the main reason I haven't done it is because we're not playing with minis anymore. So I don't care about whether or not they're organized.
Not to mention the one-shots that we do, we don't super care about the minis we're using.
Yeah.
Like, I don't...
Like, we generally don't paint them. We don't, like, I usually don't print new ones.
We did for the first one, though.
For...
Not
For the Teenage Dragons speed run, I did print minis.
And like, I liked my mini. I would want to use it again.
I actually don't know where those minis are. I know I have them. I just don't know what I did with them. Where are they?
What?
TOA speedrun minis.
Dude, I don't fucking know.
I legit don't know what I did with them.
I can't wait until we talk about TOA because I actually really like the TOA campaign.
Oh, no, yep. TOA is in the Hall of Fame because they're custom printed, painted minis. But
To the
like
14 lovely people who are watching us, I want you to say in chat right now what you would like the next episode to be because your opinions matter more than anyone else's.
That's a good point.
I love you. Life is pain. There was a moment I was watching through some of our clips because I told someone recently that like I play D&D. Someone I know personally that I play D&D and I stream. And I fucking linked him to Twitch. And he was like, oh, I went through a bunch of shit. And it looks like you guys have fun playing D&D. So of course I rewatched all of our clips again. And there's a clip in the Tyranny of Dragons one shot where Luke talks about how he wore the Life is Pain shirt to the gym, and he got, like, the most weird looks ever, and people were concerned for his well-being. So I feel like I should stop saying Life is Pain, but it's too funny to stop now. Oh man, Luke wasn't there the whole time? Luke! No one wants to see the inside of your mouth, you gross-ass whore. You're muted.
I literally said before I got up, while Luke isn't here, I'm gonna go pee.
Luke missed the entire fucking thing I just ranted in chat about. So I told someone that
That's
like
fine.
I knew from
No,
fucking
Luke
shut.
doesn't need to hear about this.
No, I told someone
more
that,
importantly,
dude!
Steph, how do you like my hair?
How do you like my hair? Your hair's pretty on fleek right now. It needs a dye job.
It looks like they want to talk about Tomb of Annihilation.
TOA.
That would actually be a really good conversation. It would be you, me, Luke, and maybe Megan.
I was thinking Mike for TOA.
We started off with me.
We started out with Mike. We added Megan
Who did I
halfway
say?
through. Huh?
Did I not mention Mike?
No.
I meant to say Mike's name. I meant you, me. Fuck. Luke.
That one guy. I don't care. Just like D&D show, but maybe Dungeons and Mage as that's what.
I like that too.
I like going with TOA, and then the next one I think we should go into group composition because I felt like that's one where it became really evident when shoehorning another character into a campaign can result in some.
I also think it's a topic that like if you fucking go through, and I'm not like. I'm not trying to be clickbaity on like topics that don't fucking exist yet, but I don't think people talk about party dynamic in the way that they should. Yeah. And I think we're totally honest and we can explore that topic. In a meaningful way without going like, oh, this is the role player. This is the one that likes combat.
This is the storyteller.
This is
the power
edgelord.
gamer.
Yeah, like fucking
the audience member or spectator they usually call it. No, like people aren't like that.
Yeah, no, I think TOA would be a good one, and then talking about another fun idea I had was transparency between the DM and the players because I don't think that's a thing that happens very often. We
take that for granted a lot. I feel
right, and Ian is totally transparent, especially with you and me.
And he suggests what makes a good session 0. That's a great
one because we fuck that up all the time.
I think we do it phenomenally.
It's crazy because we do sessions. We don't even do session 0s anymore because like we just talk about it.
Yeah.
It's not even a session 0. It's just like.
I mean, we did a proper session 0 for Icespire Peak. We did a proper session 0 for Avernus.
TOA was one of the most phenomenal ones.
What were you gonna say, Luke?
I feel like the reason why we did it so much for those campaigns though was because we were introducing new players.
Yeah.
To the group dynamic.
Yeah.
Like we never played with Sean in a campaign before. We never played with Kyle or Emily in a campaign before.
Yeah.
Like in a setting where they were building a character and this is their first time actually playing. And
then where I kind of want to talk about where a disconnect can happen too.
Also with Jacobs.
Yeah, with Jacobs. With Dungeon and the Mad Mage, Luke and Megan's characters very latched onto each other.
Mike and Megan.
Stop.
You said Luke and Megan.
I know. I'm having a hard time. Mike and Megan did, and then I feel like me and Luke just kind of did our own thing.
But you didn't super attach your characters the way they did.
No.
You were friends. You were definitely friends in character. You got
no
along.
No one liked Roland by the end, and that made it hard too.
Right, but at the beginning, the two of you got along.
Yeah.
But other than that, didn't really have a link to one another. Whereas, Jesus,
It also
Gerder
helps
and Denton
that-
had a very strong link to one another. Yeah, mother and son.
There's also a separation of, are you friends in real life, and are you, what do you make your characters? Because I like Luke. So
Yes.
I want all of my characters to like Luke's characters. So I feel
which is why it was really fun when you should watch a Vernus episode like a couple
Yeah.
before this when I kind of flipped out on stuff ish.
and then we haven't explored that since, but it's fine.
I'm gonna look up the episode numbers so that I can tell chat.
I was so sad after that episode.
Yeah,
I'm like,
check
oh
it
no, Luke's character's mad at me.
Oh no. What episode was it?
That could be a part of the player dynamic thing. It's like, how do you separate player from character? And I don't think it's...
That was episode 11.
11. I feel like I've been playing D&D for fucking 10 years, and I'm still not the best at separating my player from my character entirely.
Yeah, the longer you play a character, the more thought you put into it, the more it becomes your character, and you want to see it thrive, and you want to see it go the way you think it should. So you put your own personal interests on it rather than pursuing the character's ideals or whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, I feel like you said something and then said the opposite thing.
No.
Does the character become more you or more its own person?
More its own person.
You make a character and then you put your own ideals on that character instead of fleshing out that character's ideals.
To begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then as you continue to play it, the character gets its own personality?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying...
Oh, no.
We went backwards again. The character has... You create a character identity.
Yeah.
And then as you play that character, you get attached to it. You get attached to it. The player gets attached to the character, and then the player starts pushing its ideals on that character sometimes.
No, see, I disagree.
I agree with that. No, I totally agree. No, that's exactly what happened with Roland.
No, the opposite happened with Roland.
No, that's exactly what happened with Roland.
Roland wanted to save the world, and then you wanted to be an edgelord, and it kind of pushed that.
Steph wanted to explore a part of her personality that she's never had an opportunity to explore before. It was a part of your personality.
My personality.
It is. No, it absolutely is.
No, it's just something I haven't done before, and I like doing things I haven't done before. That doesn't necessarily link it to my personality.
You wanted personally to explore something. Roland had no motivation to explore that, but you wanted to explore it.
Okay.
You wanted to explore it when you were Izzy, and never really had an opportunity to. So you went to explore it as Roland.
Would have been a better one to do it with.
Izzy absolutely would have been a better way to explore that. Dad. And we'll talk about that when we get to TOA.
I shot against Dad.
No, Izzy's...
Oh, Izzy, sorry, I got him mixed up.
Excuse you!
Wait, what?
You were my dad! Don't clip this. Don't clip this.
Yeah, don't clip this.
But no, like you wanted to be an was anti-villain. You wanted to be an anti-villain
with Izzy.
With Izzy.
Yeah.
And we discussed that in depth that you wanted to be an anti-villain. And I had grand plans for it, and then TOA just fizzled. And then when it got time to play Roland, you were all about being a hero for the first 11 levels.
Paladin.
Yeah, for the first 11 levels or something, and then it got stale because being rigidly good is it gets stale.
I'm gonna be Oathbreaker.
Yeah, I think you were Oathbreaker at like level 9.
Something like that. And then that got old, and then it was Oath of the Ancients, which never in the grand scheme of things made sense.
It never made any sense, but it was statistically solid.
Zogram died, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking save him.
I am the light. Okay. Okay, Roland.
Oh, okay. So that's a good like, yes, my character cared about Zogram.
Yeah. I liked Zogram's
We're gonna talk more about that more next time.
In our Dungeon of the Mad Mage episode. We don't know what our topic is gonna be yet.
Welcome to last call when you have one too many and you're like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, we're like 5 drinks deep. I don't know about you guys. But I'm actually gonna make a poll
That's a good way to do it.
No, people said TOA already. We're going TOA next.
I'm gonna make a poll. We're gonna suggest a few topics for next session, and then our Discord can vote on it. So if you want to vote on what our next topic is, join our Discord.
Z fucking clipped it, you fucking dickhead.
Don't clip this. Clips it.
I'm just asking for it when I say that.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like Fridays. Luke, as long as
I
it's
was
cool
gonna
with
say
you, because
whatever
you're
works
like,
for everyone, but no one has a life right now, so fuck you.
For
We're doing
now,
it on
it's
Fridays.
perfect. Like, you can't do anything on a Friday night anyway.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
once the quarantine ends, maybe the schedule will change. But for now, Fridays, last call at the Gilded Troll.
It's a podcast, not a talk show.
Yeah.
Ian.
I put podcast.
All right.
Bitch.
Before we started streaming, you kept calling it a talk show. It's like
It's
no
a
one has
talk
talk
show.
shows anymore. No.
You can see our faces. We're talking. It's a talk show.
If you're watching this on YouTube, comment down below about what you want to see next time.
Or join our Discord.
Or join our Discord. We actually have a channel specifically dedicated toward this, so you can put you can put your ideas in there, and we will actually talk about those things. If I'm going to continue to be the host, I am uncreative as fuck. Give me ideas.
Send help.
We don't have a Twitter. Like, we do, but we don't, so stop. If you're on Twitch, thanks for watching. Check out our YouTube, where you can reference all the videos that, you know, that we did Dragon of Icespire Peak from start to finish. You can watch all that content. That's really it.
That's about it. Yeah.
Wear a mask when you're outside. Huh?
I am the alpha boar.
You are the alpha boy. Yeah, you showed that board what's up.
It's who the fuck is yelling outside? Kid.
I think it was neighbor lady.
Stay inside. We're gonna continue playing in person as soon as it's safe too. So we're gonna set an example and continue our online bullshit for now. If you like this, let us know. And that's it.
And thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.